researched the Revolutionary War. My first question was, why and when did the war begin? 3 reasons why the war began was the Proclamation of 1763, lack of representation in Parliament, and taxation. Parliament passed a series of taxing laws that made the colonists angry, like the Stamp Act, the Townshend Act, the Tea Act, and the Intolerable Act. Representatives from 12 of the 13 colonies met to discuss what should be done about all the taxation. This was called the First Continental Congress. And then in 1775, 13 American colonies began fighting for war against independence from Great Britain. This is what happened during the war. The battles of Lexington and Concord marked the beginning of the Revolutionary War. And here's a picture of it. Another meeting took place after the battles of Lexington and Concord called the Second Continental Congress. During this meeting, George Washington was named Commander-in-Chief of the new army called the Continental Army. And this is a picture of George Washington and the Second Continental Congress. The Battle of Bunker Hill was the first major battle of the war, and the Americans caused heavy damage while proving they can hold their own against Britain. Thomas Paine wrote a pamphlet called Common Sense to convince the colonists to declare independence from Great Britain. Common Sense influenced the colonists to write the Declaration of Independence. The Battle of Saratoga was the turning point in the war, and after the Americans won this battle, the French decided to help the Americans during the war. In October of 1781, Cornwallis surrendered at Yorktown, which ended the Revolutionary War, and later in 1783, the United States and Great Britain signed the Treaty of Paris. And here are my references. Any questions? No? Okay.
And you said you were going to kind of review them with the questions before we started the game?